It's very easy to put them back together. Both the firearms, they're both essentially the same firearm. And I'll talk about some shooting impressions of both the firearms. Not both the firearms. You already know what the Glock will leave a functional check. Okay, this one's fine. Now let's put the Diamondback back together. It's a tongue twister for me. When you're putting the Diamondback back together again, be careful of the spring right here, because you can since it's not captive, you can send this flying into a room. So just be careful when putting it together. Oh, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Oh my god. Okay. Attempting it again. Put it back together. One thing be careful of when you're putting this gun back together. Don't put it in this first notch right here. Put it in the second one, please. If you mess up the way your gun functions, just the way it does on the Glock, it's just not the proper way to put it back together anyway. And putting the frame and the slide, assembling them together. Functionality check. I keep on hitting the camera today. I apologize for that. So there you go. You have the two guns right here, side by side. Even though there's a, like I said, difference in the grip angle. There's definitely a difference in the grip angle. This works really well. Now I'm going to take this out of the picture because we're done with this, and we're going to get back to a little bit more detail on the Diamondback. Now, as far as shooting impressions of the gun are concerned, I shot real well with it. The manufacturer suggests that you put about 150 rounds or 100 rounds through it to really get, smooth out all the tolerances. And so what that means to me is that before 100 rounds, you can expect some jams or failure to extract or misfires or something like that. And anything can go wrong as far as the functionality is concerned. So I took it out to a range. I went out there with 300 rounds. Every box that I fired, the first 100 rounds, I had a total of about 4 or 5 failure to extract. After 150 rounds, this gun performed flawlessly for the next 150 rounds. I had no problems with it, and I feel very comfortable with the reliability of the firearm now. Now, as far as the how to use this firearm, guys, I do not suggest that you have this as your primary carry firearm, because you sacrifice firepower, you sacrifice accuracy, and hence survivability when you carry a smaller firearm of this sort. Having said that, if you plan on not carrying anything, then please carry something and carry this firearm instead of carrying nothing. The world is a dangerous place, as we all know, so at least have something. So for that matter, it's fine. Other than that, you can carry it as your backup firearm, as your firearm in your shorts, because you can't carry a big firearm, or you can strap it on your ankle, which I'm not a big fan of, by the way. Well, whatever works for you. You can easily carry this in the small of your back, in your front pocket, in your back pocket, on your ankle, anywhere, or in your if ladies, in your purse. It's small enough, yet accurate and deadly enough that it will help you in a situation, and it will provide some relief in comparison to not having any firearm. Now, as far as the accessories for this firearm, it comes standard with this magazine right here, which says flush at the bottom. Even with the grip being so small, it fits perfectly into my hand. My pinky is hanging off at the bottom, but it's really not. I don't see it as a problem. it was not a problem for me at the range. When I grip it properly, it works well, you know. However, if you wanted to, you could order one with a grip extension. I just happen to have one right here. It has this nice grip extension, and it works real well with the design itself. The magazine still sits flush into the firearm. It's done very nicely, and the gun grips fine. My pinky still hangs off at the bottom, but it just provides some support to this finger right here, this finger right here. I didn't mean to show you that finger, by the way, but it just, you know, it works well. Just keep it at that. And if I bring my hand around it, it works well. Okay. Some people carry it like this. I'm not a big fan of carrying a firearm like this, because the slide can cut your thumb or even break it on the bigger guns. This is the way to hold a firearm. Just a small lesson for someone who's not that experienced. But anyway, the grip extension works well. And if you're wondering what kind of holster would work well for this gun, Black Hawk and some other manufacturers make holsters that work real well with guns this size. Here's one from Uncle Mike's, size 2. It's a smooth pocket holster. You can put this in the front or back pocket, and this it's not leather, but some sort of a leatherette kind of material across the holster, which catches into the edge of the pocket when you're pulling out the firearm. So this firearm sits in the holsters as such, and when you grip, so this is your example, this is your pocket, right? And you reach in, you grip the firearm. When you're pulling it out, the holster catches on the edge of the pocket, and the gun releases free, and you are already placed ready for it to fire. So these accessories work real well for the Diamondback. If you are looking at various 380s to supplement your larger firearms, I would highly suggest the DB380 for the simple reason that it's based off of the Glock design. The Glock design has been working for ages. It's very well made. The Ruger LCP, the Taurus TCP, and the Keltec P380 are all nice firearms. But having said that, like I said, the Diamondback 380 feels really good in your hand. Has a very smooth trigger pull, very consistent double action 4.5 pound trigger pull, and it shoots real well. I hope to make some videos of me shooting this and other firearms soon. In the meantime, take my word as just an opinion. I personally suggest this firearm. If you can get by with carrying a smaller 9mm, like the Keltec PF9 or the Taurus 709 Slim or other similar firearms, then I would not suggest you carry this firearm. Again, because the 380 is a smaller round, even though there are some really well ammunition available for this firearm. Some ammunition made by MagSafe, Carbon, Powerball, or even their JHP rounds are very effective in this firearm. I would still feel comfortable with a larger caliber round than the one carried by this firearm. But if you're not going to carry those, and I mean definitely this beats all of them by in its weight and in its function, not in its functionality, because that's open to opinion, but at least in its weight, and not in its firepower, because they have more, the compact 9mm have more firepower. Or so But in all, it's an excellent firearm. Here it's in my hand for comparison. See how small it is. All right.